Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Spock's mom and dad.
Woo!
Yay, look at them.
So nice to see.
Yeah. Today we're watching an episode called Friday's Child.
Friday's Child.
Friday's Child, which is like the poem, right?
Honestly, I know that name.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't.
The whole like Monday's Child is fucking what is it? Fairface, I think. Is that it? I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure,
It's the
but
whole thing. It's meant to tell you like what day your kid was born on is gonna be like how they are or some shit. I don't know. It's stupid. Anyway, we're gonna get into post episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Friday's Child. So I did not expect the second appearance of the Klingons to be here.
No, I mean it's not like a super notable appearance, but it's interesting.
I much preferred this to Errand of Mercy.
Oh god, yeah.
Honestly, like I don't know. I just even thinking back on it, like it wasn't even that long ago for us. Just like Errand of Mercy, just kind of like it just is mostly a blur in my mind. I don't know. It was okay, but this I really enjoyed. Not stellar or anything, but it was really cool actually. The Klingon appearance really took me by surprise.
Like they got like a name drop at the beginning. I was like, okay, cool. We just know they're around. But I should have known that, like, in a show like this, you mention a character or a species, they're gonna show up.
See, but they were also mentioned, I think, just last episode, weren't they?
Maybe.
They just got mentioned in Journey to Babel, yeah.
They weren't they?
Right alongside the Romulans. Yeah, they got name dropped. And they didn't show up there at all. But here, no, they show up. They kill a red shirt as this guy should
immediately.
And it's kind of funny actually that red shirt death seems to like drive Kirk for the whole rest of the episode. Never mind the countless other red shirts that Kirk has totally disregarded in the past.
Right.
This one really hits home apparently. So, but no, this is really cool actually. We focus on these aliens called the Capellans, and they have like this resource that is necessary to, I forget honestly, because the episode completely forgets about it until the very final scene.
Yeah. It might as well be their energy source. Who knows?
Yeah. So Kirk, Spock, and McCoy like come down to negotiate for this thing, and they realize this Klingon commander guy is here, and so they begin fighting for the resource. All
while the very reasonable leader is like, you know what? Let's just hear them out.
Yeah, and then but then the other dude, Mob, wants to rule these people, and so he starts a civil war amongst them.
Off screen.
He starts a civil war off screen. He kills this chief guy off screen, and then there is no more infighting.
Right? Like none.
That is never brought up again. So
they either killed all of the reasonable leaders guys, or they all were like, you know what, not worth it.
Yeah. But whatever. Meanwhile, fucking Catwoman is here. Julie Newmar plays Eliane.
Eliane, yeah, I think that's how they said it.
Because I don't know, I have a couple of names written down here, and like I wrote them down, and then they pronounced them not at all how I would expect to like it seeing them written down. Eliane is spelled E-L-E-E-N.
Ooh, not how I would have guessed to say
exactly.
that either.
Or the chief guy that dies is Aka R. It's spelled A-K-A-A-R. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, Julie Newmar's here, and that's really cool. Because I love Julie Newmar, of course.
She plays a pregnant woman who is to bore the child of the chief.
Yes, but after the chief dies, she, I guess, doesn't want the child anymore, so she's okay with dying, and so they're gonna kill her, and Kirk saves her life, and then they start looking after her. They try to get her out of there, and McCoy starts helping her, and she grows attached to him. He helps her give birth to the child later on, and in the process of it all, he becomes the father of the child. Apparently.
I don't know if it's more metaphorical.
Well, like, see, I would see the way they portrayed it is more like it's sort of like their custom, I guess. Just their like alien ways. That like that's something that can happen. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know. You need to find a new father when the father that is meant to be the father is
because
dead.
It also could literally be his. I don't know how I should take that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they say he was there for months at the beginning. Remember?
I don't think that's the case though.
Because like she's supposed to be like a respectable woman of like the 10 tribes, so I doubt that's literally the case.
Yeah, I don't think that's the implication. No, maybe it might be. I could be totally wrong. Who knows?
Anyway. Either way, the show considers the kid his.
Yeah. Meanwhile, up on the Enterprise, there's a sort of like wild goose chase going on as Scotty is in command. And it's a pretty, like, nothing plot, or at least it would be if I didn't just fucking love James Doohan so much as an actor.
Alright.
Dude just crushed these scenes where he, you know, there's this distress signal that they go out to find, and there's this Klingon warship that shows up eventually, and they have to, like, they're in this sort of standoff with it, and I don't know, just the scenes that Scotty gets there, and James Doohan just really nails those, I think.
He's owning being the captain.
Yeah. And he's been in command a couple times before, but like not like this. This felt a bit different, and it was really cool actually. So we go down to the planet. The tribe and the Klingon are after Elian, or after the humans mostly, but also Elian because she escaped, I guess. And so they're after them. It becomes this whole thing where eventually, like, she gives herself up. She says, "Oh well, I killed the humans in their sleep or whatever." And they're like, "Okay, cool, I'll take your word for it." And the Klingon's like, "No, wait. Do we really expect that to be the case?" So he goes out and let's find them. At which point, Kirk and Spock have made these handmade bow and arrows, and he just shoots the Klingon in the leg. It's like, "Fuck, you see, I was right," as he's like bleeding out on the ground.
Yeah.
And then, I gotta be honest, I have no fucking clue why. Mob just gives himself up, and he dies, and he makes this fucking star pose with his entire body as the Klingon kills him.
Right, because in the meantime, the Klingon's gotten his phaser.
Yeah.
And he's like, "The next person who approaches me will be dead."
And Mom's like, "Well, I guess that's me." And it's so fucking weird.
I cannot understand how he got there unless he's looked at the situation and is like, "You know what? I suck as a leader."
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I truly do not understand that part at all. But the rest of the scene is pretty cool. It's this nice little action scene. Where Kirk and Spock are shooting their bow and arrows and all that, and they go after the Klingon, and and after the Klingon kills Mob, another one of the Capellans kill the Klingon, and
right.
That's the end of that.
And then at the end,
it's pretty great actually. Well, first off, actually, this army of red shirts come out.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, please, no. Kirk already lost one of you, and it apparently like really broke him up inside. So please, we can't do another one. But no, they all come out.
And then then as I described it, the happy music plays.
Yeah, because McCoy is playing with the kid or whatever, and we get a fun little scene where, you know, like McCoy's like making like baby noises to the kid, and Kirk explains it to Spock, and then afterwards we're like on this ship, and in our sort of like zinger scene at the end they talk about like, well, apparently the whole like fight for resources was dealt with or whatever.
Right.
And
Elian is like, "You know what? Yeah, sure, now father of my child, you and your lot can have my resources."
And so we also revealed the name of the kid. I didn't write down the full name, but the point being, his first name is Leonard, as in Leonard McCoy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just funny. And Spock is like, "I'm sure you two will be very happy with that for a very long time." And, I don't know, it was funny. What a good episode, though. I enjoyed this a lot, actually.
It was a fun episode.
Yeah.
Totally. It's one of those episodes like I would totally put on as comfortable watching.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. So, yeah, that was Friday's Child. Be sure to join us next week when we continue Star Trek: The Original Series. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.